Hey, what's up? Good morning.
Good morning. We don't need Netflix. We don't need cable. Put some hot maple syrup on the table.
Child, I would normally play our little intro song, but I just want to jump right into this shit. So come on in, everybody. I wanted to go live last night, but I was too damn tired, and a lot of other people were live last night discussing exactly what we're going to be discussing, and so I wanted to get a feel of how everybody was feeling about the shit that's going on before I actually, did commentary on my own channel. But Sislo, I'm sure you've been kept abreast of what's been going on. I mean, this is something that's been going on for more than 3 years, and it's
Right.
still like continuing on as we speak today. The situation with Susie, aka VS, aka TSCC, and other parties such as KiKi, um, Shireen, aka Tanya, and I believe Kiki's real name is Erica. Even though she's that came on here, but she didn't have so many different names on here. When she started YouTube years ago, and but yeah, she goes by Kiki. Kiki Princess, I think that's her name. Kiki the Princess, some shit like that. But anywho, I want to welcome everybody into the show this morning. Please like and share the video and subscribe to the channel. Okay. Now, just in case y'all been hiding under a rock, Sislo knows, I know, my children know, most of my subscribers know how I've been feeling about this whole situation with Kiki, VS, Shireen, and Ihop Gate since New Year's Eve 2019. I've always stood firm when I believe it was a setup. Even though a lot of
Yeah.
people have been defending Kiki for
Yeah.
years now, she's innocent. She didn't
Yeah.
have nothing to do with it. It
Yeah.
wasn't a setup. VS just, went crazy, and it's all her fault. And they just kept saying it's not a setup, it's not a setup. That's what a lot of people are just still set on, right? They're not moving.
Right.
Now, just slow before I play this, like it's like 4 minutes from the video that I made in 2019 after Susie got into that fight. Let me know, have you ever felt it was a setup? Have you ever felt like it was just karma? It was bound to happen, Via's fault, it just happened.
Let me say this, and I'm glad you asked me that question.
Okay.
Um, from being at the time, I was newly introduced to VS, and the way that VS was introduced to me, it made me feel like, oh my God, this person is such a horrible person. This person is terrible. Like the types of things that she's doing. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. But listen, after like that's why you cannot take things for face value, number one. And after listening and to some of the things that has gone on and transpired over time, you can kind of see why she reacted to a lot of stuff the way that she did. Does that make her right or wrong? That's neither here or there on this particular broadcast. But the truth of the matter is that now I can see where, dang, this might have been kind of a setup. This is something you said all along. But this might have been a little. It has a little setup for tree in the mix somewhere. Yeah, it's a little. Yeah.
It has
You
always
can
been
tell that there was
suspect.
more to it.
Yeah, it has always
Yeah,
been
well,
suspect. Mhm.
yeah. I've always been suspicious as to where, dang, why she know exactly where they were gonna be and the seat they were sitting at and all this kind of, yeah, that was kind of,
Yeah, and then we saw later
suspicious.
how they said Shireen had walked in and had asked the lady, "Have you seen this person, this girl that looks like this?" And they led her
Jason
directly to
Short,
the
yeah,
table. But it always seemed like it was a setup for me from the jump. And
hmm
we're like, No, she's KiKi. She's so innocent. She's so cute. She's so sweet. She's so that. She's so that. And I'm like, the fact that what KiKi was doing on her panel the day that they were meeting up, just I love you and I just want to be with you and then like after that she gonna go on her platform or somebody's platform and say, I'm not even okay. I'm not even like that. I was just pretending. It was just so weird. It was so weird. But before we get into what happened most recently, I want to play you guys this little clip of this video that I made from 2019, right after the fight. Right after the fight at Ihop. And we're gonna discuss this little clip that I made 2019 over 3 years ago, and then we're gonna jump into the most recent events. Okay, so come on in, like, share, subscribe, and just listen. I'm gonna put you on mute, Sis Low, and I'm gonna push mute on me too, so we can hear my little commentary that I did 3 years ago. And across the bottom of this video we watching, you can see that it was made 12/31/19. So here we go. Let me play it. Let me know, Sis Low, if you can't hear it too. And I'm just keeping it 100. I'm keeping it all the way straight above. And again, I'm going to keep saying it. I don't care how you feel about VS. I don't care how you feel about VS. But one thing I will say, I think that KiKi has something to do with that. And I'm not gonna sleep on that chick. Nope, sure ain't. Sure ain't. VS Mama was right, and a lot of people in the chat was right. That was a whole entire setup. That was a whole entire setup from the beginning to the end. And when I was watching VS this morning, when I first got up this morning, I was watching the live, and KiKi jumped on the live, and she was like, I really love you. I want to be with you. My man, he likes you too, but I like you too, and we're going to be together, and that's my girlfriend, and whoop, 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 whoop. Something... Y'all, the live I did earlier today, y'all heard me in the live I did earlier today. I said I cannot believe VS would meet up with somebody after all the things that she has been involved in on YouTube, after all the court dates that she didn't go to, after all the restraining orders that she didn't get served, after all the people who hate her and that the sound of her name, the thought of her disgusts a lot of people. But
life is good. Pet prescriptions delivered to your door. Chewy.
Sorry about the commercial. That is a monetized video.
I was down to talk to my doctor about Rybelsus.
Ask your healthcare provider.
And I'll mute the okay, here we go. All right, let me hit mute again. I could not believe, and I said it on my last live this morning. I said, I cannot believe VS is going to meet up with this chick named KiKi, and she's never met her before besides online. And people always joke about VS. She don't step outside the house. VS ain't gonna show up. VS ain't gonna do this. She don't let her kids at the house. She keep them trapped in the closet, trapped in the closet like Kels. She keeps them trapped in the closet. And everything like that. I'm like, sorry. I need to turn my notifications off before I use my phone. I don't normally go live on my phone, so I forgot to turn the notifications off. But anyway, I couldn't believe that she met up with this KiKi. Miss Hollywood, you said, hello, Tanya. What happened? I thought everything was good with VS and KiKi. Okay, y'all. So that's just a little clip from like a 40-minute video that I made 3 years ago. Well, a little over 3 years ago, because that was December 31st, 2019. When I made that video. And I still feel the same way as if it was a setup. And I have always thought that KiKi was one of the ones that was following her around. I have always stood on that always. Especially after the time, and there are clips that are still out there on certain individuals' YouTube channels. Some of these channels are not real channels; they're like troll pages or whatnot. Where she was talking about, how she knows where VS stays. She got a nice neighborhood. My niece goes to the same school VS kids go to, or VS daughter went to at that time. We do all know about the pictures that was taken at the school of VS kids. And we do know that people were following her and heavy on trying to hook up with her and meet up with her. Especially that lady, Shireen, aka Tanya. I can't remember Tanya's last name. Now, my thing about this is from last night, we got to listen to two sides of the story. Now, there's always three sides. There's their side, and the truth. And some people believe that VS is right, that her story sounds more plausible. Some people believe that, Shireen, I mean, not Shireen, but KiKi went and jumped up there on Tracy's panel last night. And it was just so crazy how it happened. Like, before VS could even get home, KiKi clicking on somebody's link, like trying to hurry up and be the first one to tell the story of the incident, of the situation. But I'm sorry, it don't make sense. And even if you think VS is a bully by choice, I mean, last night don't have nothing to do with her being a bully by choice, if that's what you think she is, to me. Now, that's just to me. And of course, I can drop this old nasty piece of stanky lank, for people to jump on if they want to give their opinion. But I do believe VS story is more accurate in what happened last night. And as far as last night. Now, a lot of things that have started from before December 31st, 2019, up until now, some people was always skeptical of certain individuals, and more information is coming out from under the rock. A lot of information is coming to the light, especially with VS, doing all these videos and outing certain people and letting us know who exactly was involved in certain situations and certain events, when we all thought for a long time that everything that happened was her. Everything. Let me take a sip of this old coffee right here. Ooh, this coffee good. Try not to slurp. But that coffee is good. But yeah, so, I mean, people think VS is a bully. Yeah, and you can say that. She has a very strong personality. You can call her controlling. Some people would call her narcissistic. Or a narc or whatever. As far as VS telling KiKi, let's meet up again. I remember that live. Oh, you talking about James? I think you talking about James live. I remember that. But as far as last night, did VS tell her to meet me at my son's job? Did VS tell her I'm going to be at my son's job around 11:15, 11:30, around that area at night when my son get off? Would VS want to meet up with her around her son, who's autistic, at his job? Like, we all know that VS did not plan to meet up with that girl last night. The same way she did not plan to meet up with Shireen on December 31st, 2019. Now, a lot of people are questioning, well, how the hell did KiKi know that she was going to be at that store, at that location, that time of night? There's no other way she could have known besides the fact that she was following her. Now, in this situation, had VS not did her woo-saws, did her rum yum yum shame yum bloom, whatever that shit is from Waiting to Exhale. I mean, had she not took those classes, those therapy classes or counseling or, anger management and all those other type of things, had she not been, have somebody who helped her, count to 10, breathe in, breathe out. You know, shit like that. Had she not have done any of that stuff, been on probation, served some days in jail, had to pay fines, we could have had the same type of incident last night that we had. Because I mean, the whole reason why she got in a fight with Shireen in the first place is because she figured that somebody is following her. She had been thinking somebody was following her. They got pictures of her kids. People knew where she lived. They had been following her. She might have done some shit on Facebook, or not Facebook, online, but she wasn't following people. She wasn't sicking people on following people. She wasn't having her people show up at other people's homes. You know, as much as back and forth and stuff as they was doing on here, and this person doxing and that person doxing, and everybody, you know, beefing and getting into it and posting pictures and everything. She never had anybody follow. If she did, please correct me. Chat keeps me honest. Chat, please keep me honest. Now, Lovely said, regardless of her story was accurate or not, the way she's acting up and filled with anger online alone will have her back in court. She's carrying a 3-year-old bone. Let it go. I don't think that'll have her back in court. She has a lot of things to still be upset about. She was off social media for 3 years. She was on probation. She was in jail. I mean, yeah, you know, some people's like, oh, get over it. Yeah, you went to jail. Yeah, you couldn't be on social media. Get over it. It's all your fault. But again, I bring it back to last night. None of that shit would have probably ever happened had not Shireen been following her and meeting her up in a place where she did not plan to meet her. And like last night, I give it up to her because she was a lot smarter this time. Because I'm just saying, like, people can be only so strong, especially under these situations. Like, did you see her on Jay Wilson's panel, Sislo? She was like, I really wanted to do something. I really wanted to, because you know you being followed. Like, how would y'all feel? Y'all picking up y'all kids from work, picking up your mama from church, taking somebody to the grocery store, going to pay your bills, and every time you turn around, somebody's fucking following y'all. But then like, oh well, she's got anger issues. It's gonna get her in trouble again anyway. You know, like, people is pushing her buttons. People's pushing her buttons. And Lovely One, if she did meet her, if she did threaten, if she did say, let's meet up and fight. So why did KiKi fight? No, what did KiKi do? She called the cops and tried to get her in jail. KiKi didn't meet up to fight with her. KiKi met up to try to put her in jail or get her and her damn child shot up. Like, there is no excuse for what happened last night. VS has an autistic child. KiKi telling the cops she got a car full of guns. And the girl is on probation and all this kind of stuff. That's not meeting up for no fight. He's trying to trigger that girl and trying to get her in jail and trying to get her to be away from her kids. It's I'm sorry. I don't know what some of y'all was missing. I don't know. Go ahead, Cicelo.
Well, I really don't. Like I said, on the whole situation, I don't have a dog in the fight, but at the same time, I don't feel like you don't poke a sleeping bear. If somebody is trying to, you know, I don't know. It seems like she's trying to get herself together. Seems like she's trying to be on to level out the playing field. Now, can she let some stuff go? Probably so. It probably would be good to just, let it go. But, at the same time, after listening to some of the stuff that I heard her talk about on Jay Wilson's channel from a psychoanalytic point of view, I see where the anger is coming from. I see where her protective nature is coming from. I see where her defense mechanisms are so high. I see where all of that is coming from. And it all stems from the things that she's had to do since she was small, protecting herself and defending herself and trying
Yeah,
to get
ever since she
people
had
to.
that situation with her brother growing up.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So I can understand why she has, her defense mechanisms are so high and she reacts the way it goes back to, you being a little kid and nobody believes anything that you're saying or nobody has your side. Then what do? You start defending yourself the best way you know how. And then you grow up thinking that this is what I got to do to survive because I've always had to do it. So you kind of see why some of the things go on. But when you know that a person is that way or what have you, don't poke that person, don't provoke that person to wrath. But at the same time, when you are, you know, a person such as that's been through the things that VS has been through, being in jail on probation and all this that, and the other, if she's trying to allow those anger management classes and all that to make the best out of her or what have you, let it happen. But some of it is going to come from her also having to, just let the bygones be bygones. Now, will she do it? It's totally up to her. That's her thing. I don't know. But like I said before, if you always do what you always done, y'all always get what you always got. The thing with the KiKi thing, it was totally wrong for her because with the situation with Tyree Nichols and all of the people, the George Floyds, and all of the things that are happening to our young black people, being pulled over by police, Sandra Bland's, and so on, and being killed by the hands of police to aggravate the situation by saying that she had a lot of guns and this, that in the car. It could have went real bad, real fast. And that's just something you don't do. I don't agree with any of that. But over time, we have been with VS, Tracy, Rob Rack, Jay Dunn, all these other people who have been litigated and uh, going through the penal systems for various reasons. When is it gonna stop? Really, when is it gonna stop? It's just gotta stop somewhere. This was an ugly situation last night that could have went bad, real bad,
It could have
real.
been real bad, and I guess if her son was shot and killed or injured, I mean, would people still think that KiKi is innocent? I mean, and then they say if she feel triggered to stay off the internet, this wasn't the internet issue last night. This was an in-person incident, just like Ihop. And should nobody make you feel like you can't be on the internet? What BS is doing right now, she's trying to vindicate herself in a whole bunch of situations, and I ain't mad at her. But a lot of people do agree with her. A lot of people do agree with her. Now, if somebody comes to meet you for a fight, and they be like, okay, let's get it off our chest, let's do this fight. Whoever win, we go home, we live to see another day. You know how we used to do it all the time. But if you showing up to pick up your son somewhere and you're not even expecting nobody to show up, and then the first thing they do when they see you is run to the Walmart door and call the cops and throw a whole Black Karen episode. A whole Black Karen episode. She even had the African dude in the car throwing a Black Ken. Like it was. Oh, child. And then I mean, I've been saying since day one, y'all can feel how y'all want to feel about VS. Y'all can think she a bully and whatnot. But right is right and wrong is wrong. Right is right and wrong is wrong. And if you not out here in these streets, in real life, asking for it, looking for it, then you shouldn't get mad when somebody. Child, I'm just saying anybody else, KiKi would have been mopped up and down all over that damn Walmart parking lot last night. Had it been anybody else, or had VS not let her everything that she'd been through keep her anger and her frustration contained inside of her, it could have went way left. And then they would have been like, well, she didn't have to hit her. So what? KiKi showed up unannounced when everybody knows Walmart closes at 11 o'clock. So what? KiKi was there. VS didn't have to hit her. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just
It's like everybody is trying to find every type of reason for VS to be wrong in the situation, and people find it hard to defend her or speak on her side because of a lot of stuff she has done in the past. But people keep focused on what she done in the past and not the fact that half the B sector has been doing the same shit.
I just wished what I wished is that, she would use the situations that she's been through and her platform as a healing mechanism, something to help people who going through similar situations. Like what she went through as a kid was traumatic, and I identify with that, not from a brother, but I identify with it. I understand. But if she, I mean, with her influence and the things that she's capable of doing, oh my God, the people she could reach, the good she could do. If we could just rechannel this energy on everybody's side, it's just so unfortunate. This beef sector is so big. And there's so much money flowing throughout this beef sector. If people could actually use this and rechannel all of this energy that they're using to tear each other down and to hurt each other for good, I mean, just rechannel it. It's just so, I hate to see this. I really hate to see it all. You know, I
I
feel
hate
like
to see it too, but did you also know that she had created a troll page with the make VS this new ride? Did you hear
no.
that?
Uh-uh.
Only like two people knew what
But see,
VS had.
it's like
So that's why a lot of people know that this girl has been following her. Like, how did she know that was
it's
VS's car?
right.
How did
Here's
she
the
know
thing.
he was gonna be there at that time of night? It's a public place, but come on now.
Here's the
You never
thing.
gonna walk up at Walmart and
Right.
park right next to somebody, and she's like, she knew that was her. Like she
Yeah.
addressed her.
Oh, she parked next to us. That's crazy.
She
So check this
addressed
out.
her. Like,
Check this out, sis.
this is weird.
When
This is
people,
weird.
it's,
But the
it's the
internet
same
is the
way.
problem. It sounds like KiKi might be the problem in this situation.
Here's the thing.
But go ahead.
It's like with the Rob Rack situation and everything else. She's a target, and she got a target on her back. They know that she's been uh angry, and she's known to express her anger in certain ways and things like that. So what good way to win over her is to put her back in the same situation she just came out of. So there she has a target on her back. Everybody out here that becomes an enemy of another person becomes a target. So what do? They're gonna do whatever they can do to win. Whether it's fair or unfair, they're gonna do whatever they can do to win. And at this point, if she doesn't play her cards right, they're going to keep poking at her and keep poking at her and keep poking at her. And it's like a big, heavy ball against the strongest building. If you keep pounding and pounding against that building, it's eventually going to crumble and fall. Now, whether it explodes or implodes depends on the placement of the dynamite. So it's totally because of the fact that she's a target. So
yeah, she's a target. She's a target, and the thing about it is, like, the question is who sent her. There's somebody sending to her because y'all keep in mind, VS and KiKi have never had a problem. Even when at the beginning up until now, people have thought that KiKi might have had more to do with the whole IHOP gay thing. VS still was like defending her. And no, KiKi ain't had nothing to do with it. No, KiKi, even VS, like, no, she. So it's really weird to now have this girl following her, know what her kid looked like, and a lot of us always thought she was following her though. But now VS is even like, damn, was I been played the whole time? And as far as the internet, VS ain't really even been coming at KiKi. She been talking about other things that other people have done and vindicating herself on other issues. She had nothing to vindicate. I got to mute you this low because I hear me in the background. She has been just trying to vindicate herself from other shit that people thought that she did, or telling like the whole stories on certain things that has happened. But she hasn't really been going at KiKi. So why does KiKi have all this rah for her? VS has always defended KiKi. No, she didn't have something to do with it. It wasn't no setup. No, she didn't have no. Even though a lot of other people thought, yeah, it was a setup. You just ain't seeing it right now. We don't know why you ain't seeing it right now, but you just ain't seeing it right now. And what's up to everybody in the chat? Ashton 1.0, what's up? And Miss Hogg, what's up? How y'all doing this morning? Make sure you guys like and share the video, please and thank you. And then Lovely One said, true, that can happen only if she allows it to happen. I wouldn't allow myself to get to that point. My son would be my mother. And that's exactly what she's doing. I mean, yeah, we don't. Everybody is not on Facebook, but a lot of people in the B sector on YouTube be doing the most. It's a click and view game. It's a Nimbus game. It's a Cash App game. It's a Super Chat game. So a lot of people are on here doing the most. They doing the most. And I think after she does finish vindicating herself and, making people share responsibilities for their actions, I think she'll probably just jump right into what a lot of us is doing on here, which is just doing commentary on different things that we hear and see. I think that's what it's going to come down to. You know what I'm saying? I hope that's what it's going to come down to. Because like Lovely One said, she's to put all this in the past. I agree that some of the stuff need to be put in the past, but I ain't gonna never forget. I ain't gonna never forget a whole bunch of shit. And I'm gonna be very careful and I'm gonna be very wise. And that's why I said I get her kudos last night. Her tears, I believe those tears. That other shit that happened the other day, all that hyperventilating and shit like that, I don't know. But I did believe those tears, and I felt her pain, I felt her anger. Because I ain't never been in that situation where I didn't have somebody. I didn't have been in a situation where somebody want to fight me before. I grew up in the hood. We always fought in the hood. That's nothing new. But as a grown woman and having somebody following you around and following you and your kids and taking pictures of you and your kids and posting them on the internet, I mean, she has always been very overprotective with her children. And that's what we're not looking at. We talking about a mama bear, a very protective mama bear. It ain't really about her. Last night was not really about her. All these black men being killed by these cops, black women being killed by these cops, and that shit could have went way left. But ain't nobody thinking about that. Ain't nobody thinking about the fact that the girl lied. She lied. She told like 15, 11 lies to the police on the phone. What, she want them to send a military unit out?
You said who was hyperventilating the other day?
Nika. When it got found out what Nika's involvement was in some of the shit from TSCC with Sean and James, and she was over there crying. You didn't see that video?
No, I don't. I don't
get. They've been talking about it all over YouTube.
I don't watch everything, to be honest
I
with you.
understand, but they have been talking about it all over YouTube. But yeah, Nika was on that house ventilating and crying and snotting, and girl thought she was gonna have a heart attack. But
But let me say, like I said, I just hope the best comes out of all of this, and I hope that VS allows what she's learned or what she's gone through over these last few years to turn it into a positive. She has that ability to do that. She has the platform. She has the pool, and this and that. Now, as far as you know, being a mama bear, being protective of her cubs, everybody that's out there is the same kind of protective, so maybe even the ones that she's offended that had children felt the same way that she's possibly feeling right now. So I understand their side, I understand her side. But at this point, one, it's not fair to go through picking out somebody and trying to set them up to get them in trouble if that's the situation, and it's not fair to go looking for trouble. Either way it go, just come on now. Let's build and be better and not repeat. But I think that there are other things, even more than going around clearing her name and a lot of things. Um, that part of her is that little girl part of her that's defending herself. But I think more than that, she needs to continue to get that healing so she can be great. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, everybody out here has potential to be great,
oh
and
yeah,
she could use it. There's a lot in her. There's really a lot in her. I watch, and like as bad as I wanted to just say, oh, I'm just gonna stay away from that. I'm stay away from her platform, and all this and that. I mean, I see so much potential, and I just
oh
hope
yeah,
that,
she can be a really great. She can be a really great
yeah, and
content
it's,
creator. I mean, she
yeah,
knows how to bring the views. She knows how to include drama, entertainment, real life. I mean, she has like somebody called her a one trick pony the other day. I can't remember who said that. I think that was Larry Nelson who said that. And speaking of
and
Larry Nelson,
he's another one that needs healing, but you gotta understand his side too. You
yeah, I
know,
mean, he
you gotta
has been
understand
through a
his
lot
side
of shit
too.
too. Yeah.
He went through a lot, and see, here's the thing with that. The bottom line is not now. VS put a magnifier on an issue that he didn't even realize existed, which is there's a problem between him and his daughter. So she put a magnifier on the fact that him and his daughter got issues. Now, even though VS has built a relationship with his daughter, Larry is going to forever feel betrayed by that
Yeah.
because of the simple fact. But he has a right to hurt. He's a father. He has a right to hurt. And it wouldn't be any different if her daughter, her baby that's getting ready to graduate, got to a certain age and turned against her. That would break her heart. So I understand that part. So
I
to be,
do. I do too. Even though I'm still not sure. Like I haven't looked too far into it. Like somebody was so. Some people were so invested in that story. Did he do it? Did he not do it? Did he do it?
it's
I always been like, if
not.
he did it, one day he'll get locked up. Hopefully for it. One day
If
he'll
he
get
did,
locked
at this
up.
point, it's a God situation. If
Right.
he
Right.
did, God deal with it.
Right.
But it's not my business to try to pry and dig and delve into it to see, because guess what? For every issue of somebody else's that I dig up, somebody else could possibly have issues in my life that they can dig up. Not fortunately enough, not nothing like that, but you know what I'm saying. I mind the business that pays me, and that's just that. But it's just unfortunate. But let me say this: that woman, VS, there is a what she could say, tea. The way she say tea will make you thirsty, and the way she made say receipts will make you want to eat paper. It's just something about the way she say, "Give me some tea."
I
It makes
know.
me
And
some
when she
tea.
started clapping her hands,
And
let me hear it. Let me hear it.
it's like And I think that is what draws, because it's like an ASMR. It's like ASMR that draws people to her. It's her something, her voice and her dialect and stuff like that that draws people to her. It's like an ASMR. So it's like I said that, what she say, I got receipts. It's like she got groceries, you know what I'm saying? And then when she say some tea, bring me back some tea. No, it might be some tea over there. That girl didn't make you thirsty the way she talk about it, but yeah, that was it.
Yeah. Well, I'm just gonna.
And I am not a TSEC supporter or fan or anything.
And neither of us were or is. We just doing commentary on, what we seeing, what we hearing, like we've been doing since before VS, after VS, during VS, and every other person in this sector. We just doing commentary on what we see and hear. It ain't like nobody on no bandwagons and nothing like that. But I feel right is right and wrong is wrong. And the ultimate goal right now is basically people is either trying to lock her up right now or they're trying to get her kicked off of the internet. And I don't think that she should be. I don't think she should stay away from YouTube. I don't think she should feel like I can't leave out my house. I don't think she did her time and everything. And if she wants to come out here and clear her name and vindicate herself, why can't she? I mean, shit. I mean, anybody would want to vindicate themselves.
The only reason why I say,
people putting everything on them. That was a whole team. That was a whole squad, and a lot of people have their hands in the pot, either with money or with drama, or doxing, or something like that. So I mean, but people were making her accountable for a lot of the bullshit that happened, as if it was only her doing shit. So again, I think once she feels vindicated, once she feels like, okay, everything is out there, everybody knows everything, I really do think that she's going to just start doing commentary just like the rest of us on here. You know what I mean? Because she is doing commentary, but right now it's more focused on her,
but it's not. The only reason why I say is why, when you say why can't she can do what she wants to do, but I don't think it's good for her. I don't think it's good for her.
It might not be, and I feel you on that.
I don't think it's good for her. I don't think it's the best thing for her. Now she can do what she wants to do. We understand that, but I think that the best thing for her would be to build on the best out. The best that came out of the situation and not go back. Because check this out. Who's guaranteeing that anything's gonna people gonna say, everybody's gonna stand up to what they said. Everybody's gonna admit to what they've done. Then what next? If they don't, then what? You threatening to put up videos, or you threatening to do this, or you threatening. It's not. It's gonna keep. It's a never-ending cycle. So but that's the decision that she has.
That's her decision, and if she wants to vindicate herself, I'm not saying that she's wrong for wanting to vindicate herself.
I'm not saying she's wrong.
I mean, there's people out here that still think that she's done certain things that other people were doing, and while she was getting all the heat for all these years, the rest of her squad out here, they sitting pretty. Build up their channels, talking about I've been born again. I know I've been changed. I mean, just all they just up here acting like they, everything's just okay now. Everything is just okay. And like I said the other day, I don't know why they weren't prepared. Like I would have thought they would have been more prepared for her comeback. But a lot of them was thinking, oh, if she do come back, she might be up here, doing some F shit, like she did before. But they didn't think that it's a possibility that she might air us all out. And like people were saying, maybe y'all should have done it on your own. Instead of letting somebody that y'all supposedly truly loved and cared for, who took care of y'all as well. Like if any of them needed anything, they could get food faster than the damn government. Shit, who needs food stamps and who needs Medicaid and who needs unemployment when you got VS? The way that she can raise money and buy cars and all this kind of shit for people. But then once she got hemmed up and locked up, She kept getting all this heat, all this heat, all this heat for years and years. People won't let her name go like she's the damn Candyman. So I ain't mad at her for trying to vindicate herself. But this ain't gonna be no everyday thing, no every month thing, no everything. Again, once she gets it all cleared out her system, she's gonna go on. She's gonna go on, and unless people bring shit back up with her, this is how I think it's gonna play out. Unless people come at her, she's going, because she's always been one of those people. If you don't come for me, I won't come for you. And when I do come for you, don't tell me how hard I can fight, or don't tell me how to fight. So that's just my guess on how things is gonna play out, but we shall see. We shall see. But oh my god, y'all, it is like I would turn my computer around so y'all can look outside my house, but it's a whole bunch of snow out there. It's like 5 inches of snow and still snowing. People, somebody is stuck in front of my house right now. But anyway, good morning, Doreen. How you doing? How you doing? Lovely one. I'm a guess that you was like one of the VS is probably one of your lead. Has she done something to you? Are you part of Babe Nation? I might be reaching here, but you sound like she done personally done something to you. No shade, but that's how it seems. I could be wrong, but that's the vibes that you giving off. But anyway, anything else you want to add, sis, before we get off of here?
No, I love you on purpose. Ain't nothing y'all can do about it.
All right, love you. Love you. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Yes, ma'am. But trying to feel better enough to go to my baby's little play here.
Well, I'm glad you're able to go because I can't even walk to the street right now.
No,
It's so much snow here.
Physically, I'm having a bad flare up.
Oh, okay.
So it's hard to walk, and
I got you.
Yeah, and it's really cold. The weather went from, it was like 60 degrees yesterday, and now we about to get a rain, snowstorm.
Yeah, so y'all probably getting what we getting right now because last week it was like 50, 55s, and then this week it's been really, really cold, and it rained for like a whole day the other day, and then it turned into snow last night around 2, 3 in the morning. And they talking about we gonna have like they said 2 to 4 inches, but in some areas we already got 5. So I don't know what the end is going to be, but it's still snowing right now.
Girl, look at Lovely One's last post.
What she say? What she say? Hold up. Nah, girl, I don't follow anyone who adds seasoned salt as a wish list. Ha 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 ha!
She's a mess. Hey, Doreen.
At least it ain't lemon pepper. Lemon pepper mashed potatoes.
Well, listen, when I move, I'm gonna have to add everything because I had to give everything away because you can't put food and stuff in the storage. And I had just went grocery shopping. So I had to give everything away.
Mm-hmm. You definitely need to have a housewarming thingamajiggy.
Yeah, I probably will. So we're gonna see. All is well though. God is good.
Go on Amazon. Go on Amazon and set you up one of those what do they call them? Wish lists on Amazon.
Put seasoning salt on there.
And put whatever the hell you want on there. Shit. When I did my housewarming wish list on Amazon when I bought my house, I had all kind of shit on there because you never know. Like when you literally move, you do need a lot of shit from hand towels, dishes, pots and pans. I mean, all kind of. I had rugs on there, shower mats, bath mats. I had all kind of shit on there. And you saw my when I did my unboxing online. Shoot, I got a lot of stuff.
And that house is gorgeous.
Yes, I love my little old house.
Wait a minute, you gotta go back and do from when you moved in to up to now? Because people wouldn't even believe that's the same place.
Well,
What
I
you
didn't
do?
show I didn't. Well, I mainly show like on my Facebook. Like I don't show everything on YouTube, but a lot of people on Facebook, they my friends and family and stuff. They but
Hey, bro.
what's up, broski? Good morning. He said all the time and all the time. Got
God is good.
you.
I'm reading like he said all the time and all the time. God is good.
Yes. Yes. It ain't what you can afford. I mean, I had stuff on my wish list that cost like $6. I had stuff on my wish list that cost $60. I had stuff on my wish list that cost $100. You just throw shit on there. But it ain't got nothing to do with how much it costs. I'm just saying, you just throw shit on there. You don't put shit on there that you cannot afford. Like some people make a wish list and all they shit is so expensive. And then people like me, I put shit all the way down to the minimum and go up. And some of the stuff I didn't get on my wish list that I put on there, and I bought it myself, and I've still been buying stuff around here for myself, but it's not about what you can and cannot afford. It's just you put stuff on there that you want. Like one of the things I put on there was you know how they had the whole rack of seasoned salts is like 15, 20 different, you know what I mean? And it had all the seasoned sauce on there, and you could like hang it under your cupboard or set it under the counter. You know what I'm talking about?
Roundabout.
Yeah,
Yeah,
then I
like
had
a little
stuff on there that was
roundabout.
only $9. I mean, it's
$10 or so at Bed Bath and Beyond.
yeah, it ain't about what you can and cannot afford. You just put what you want on there. Sometimes you just don't know. I was up there like, dang, what should I put on here? What should I put this? Should I put that? I just put stuff on there. And if somebody bought something, they bought something. If they didn't, they didn't. You said $2.99 for some seasoned salt. Well,
It can happen.
it can happen. I mean, I don't see the problem, but anywho. Good
But
morning,
I'm boring.
Yolanda.
I love y'all. I gotta run. Love you.
Love you too, and I'm about to get up off of here too. You said I'll comment on this subject later on with the following and stalking issues. Got to get caught up. Folks about to learn the hard way. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, on that note, everybody, I hope you have a good day. You guys, thanks for tuning in. Make sure you like and share, subscribe if you're not already subscribed, please and thank you. Again, on the 3rd, whatever day that is, the 2nd or 3rd is a Friday. That's when we're going to have our 5,000 subscriber show celebration. And again, we're going to be giving out prizes, cash apps, merchandise from our The Hood Table website. We're going to be doing a lot of things. We're going to be turning up, and that's the first Friday of March. So I think it's the 2nd or the 3rd. I can't remember. But yes, that's when we're going to have our 5,000K celebration. So I hope everybody can make it. But I will be posting a notification on my community wall like every week up until then. I think it's like 2.5 weeks left. So yeah, we'll post that later on throughout the month as well to remind people. But everybody, if you're in Omaha where I am or anywhere where y'all going through the snowstorm, it is bad out here. And it's still snowing. It looks like about 5 or 6 inches out there so far, and it's still snowing. So if y'all are in the winter areas dealing with snow, ice, cold, please be safe. Don't go out if you have to. Stay home if you can. Keep the kids inside. Keep your dogs inside. Because it's really, really cold out there. But anyway, love you guys. Stay safe. Be blessed. Remain vigilant at all times. And always remember to keep it hood. Bye.